It's been a week since officials addressed this viral social media video that appears to show ICE enforcement officers speaking to a driver near Washington and Mojave. Now, scenes like this causing some community leaders to inform people about their rights. But as immigration and customs enforcement sightings increase across our valley, so too have the scams and cases of fraud targeting vulnerable communities already on high alert. Good evening and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Latoya Silman in for Jim tonight. Our George Acosta attended a free immigration resource fair held earlier tonight, and he's joining us now in the studio with more on what he learned. George?
Well, Latoya, there's been well over 50 Know Your Rights informational sessions helping inform vulnerable immigrant communities across the state. And tonight, en Unidos con la Comunidad, or United with the Community event, brought several organizations together to help offer some guidance for immigrant families across the valley.
That was like a struggle for every immigrant, and my mom's has an anxiety about it. So does my dad.
That is the reaction of a young Las Vegas boy who, with his parents' permission to not disclose his identity, spoke with News 3 about his and his family's fears surrounding the uncertainty of being undocumented within the United States.
So we're trying to be aware of ICE spawn points of border control, so they don't come to us. So we're just here to be aware, take some notes for the future in case that happens.
With an already vulnerable population on high alert, during Friday night's immigration resource fair, several Nevada organizations who work to support immigrant and refugee communities across the state pointed out what some say has been a recent increase in scams targeting immigrant communities.
We're seeing it relatively commonplace. There will be false reports of ICE showing up to different events to discourage turnout there. We've seen specific ones that have advised people that they're required to pay a certain amount of money in order to be able to stay in the country.
So it's confusing for the community. So it's always really important to be aware of who's calling you, what you're signing, and if you don't know or you don't understand it, speak to a trusted organization or an attorney before taking any action.
Within the past week, organizers with the Nevada Immigrant Coalition have also confirmed reports of ICE agent sightings throughout the Las Vegas Valley.
It was mainly on the east side, but what we do know is that there weren't necessarily big raids or sweeps or anything like that. Everything was very targeted, so a lot of those targets were more on the east side.
And while immigration attorneys say the sightings of agents aren't targeting crowds, organizers say staying informed and prepared is key.
Well, from what we heard from attorneys, it's been mainly people who already have orders of removal, have some kind of criminal history. But I think at the end of the day, everybody just needs to be aware of what's happening and really know what their rights are.
Our immigrant community here, undocumented people, documented people, and anybody who's targeted by these types of efforts should feel a sense of comfort knowing that the state will seek to attempt to protect them the best they can.
And these organizers tonight are reminding those who may be undocumented, saying any Nevadan, regardless of their immigration status, has rights and deserves the right to due process. Now, we do have more information on all of those resources under this story on our website. But for now, reporting in studio, George Acosta, News 3.
All right, George, thank you so much for that report.